Good morning, everyone. I know I'm starting a little bit early. A lot of that is because I'm filming in a different area. So I wanted to make sure that the lighting and everything behind me was covered by this. So I wanted to hop on and make sure everything was good to go before a whole lot of people came. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? A couple of disclaimers. I am out in like the main area of my house because my husband stayed up too late and is still sleeping. And I usually film in my room at my vanity. So I have grabbed all my makeup to get ready today. And our floors are hardwood. So you probably will hear my dog, the one that's out here with me, walking around. So I hope that's okay and not too distracting. I hope the sound's okay. So I was going to try to pull it up and make sure it wasn't too bad. I always struggle to find my own stuff when I'm on. Let's see. I know there's going to be an echo and I'm sorry. Okay. So you can hear me. That's good. I know the lighting's a little bit bad. I'm at my dining room table, so I really can't do anything about the lighting. So I apologize in advance. I am drinking some coffee this morning. So, but it is early on a Saturday. I don't know what time it is where you guys are. It's 10:30 here. And okay. Thank you, Lolly Star. The lighting seems good to you. My nose ring is itchy today. So for anybody who's here, I don't typically talk about products, and I'm not going to be on live super long. Most of my lives have end up being at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm not thinking this is going to be that long. It'll maybe be an hour. So I'm not going to talk about the products. If you see something and you want to ask me what it is, go ahead and I'll tell you, but I'm not going to take too much time to show the products. This was more because in the live I did last night, very randomly, some of my viewers said that they wanted to get a live earlier in the day because a lot of YouTubers do lives in the evening time or at night. And I understand that. So I said I would do one this morning. I've started early though, so probably all I'm going to do is my primer until it's at least 10:30. That way anybody who actually is going to come in for it doesn't miss any of the makeup because I started early to make sure all of my stuff was set up okay. In the meantime, I don't know if I have a swatch of the color nail polish I'm going to use today for my video. Let me see if I do, because I'm actually right next to my nail stuff. So, you know, there's not a whole bunch of you guys in here, and I don't know if you guys were a part of our conversations about me doing my nails for my video today, but I am going to do that, and I am going to do gray since it's becoming winter. And these are finished with matte. I won't do matte. I've tried it and I didn't like it, but these are the two gray colors I have. I prefer the darker gray, this one here. These are most of the colors I have right now for gel polish. I have a lot more in normal polish, but it doesn't adhere as well to the gel tips. So I just recently ordered a whole bunch more because I tend to like brighter colors for my nails, but I got a pretty neutral set for my first set of gel polish a few months ago. So because like I said in my live last night, I started doing my own nails doing polygel. I've got a couple of colors of polygel, and on that, they recommend that you do gel polish, but you can do normal nail polish over polygel. So I wasn't as restricted then because I had my normal nail polish to use. Since it's Saturday, does anybody have anything planned? Or is anybody working today? You know, I forget with the job I have now that I don't work on weekends. I used to. So I've kind of fallen into that routine of like, oh, people don't work on weekends. And I remember, oh no, some professions you do have to work on the weekends. So you either don't get a weekend or your weekends during the work week. So if you are working today, I hope you have a good day at work. Working overtime now. I normally don't work weekends, but we have got to catch up. See, some people work. Well, Amber, I hope your overtime is not too bad. And I hope it's not excessive overtime. That can be unhealthy. Of course, I'll keep you company. I am going to start doing my makeup in about 6 minutes. I'm going to wait until 10:30 just in case anybody comes in at that time, since that's when it was scheduled. But once I'm done with my makeup, I'll show you guys these colors again, and maybe I'll let you guys pick what color I do. So the last set that I did that you guys really liked was this blue, and I know it looks a whole lot darker. And hey Sloan, how are you? This looks a lot darker because I used a chrome powder over it, and I have to do a test swatch on these grays to see if the chrome powder looks good on there. Depending on how long it takes to do my makeup, which honestly, it only takes me about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 20. So if I finish that, I might do the test swatches with you guys and let you guys pick which color I do. I tend to prefer using either the chrome powder that I have or the like iridescent powder I have, because it makes the nails look a little bit more shiny and have a little bit more dimension, and I prefer that. I'm not very good at nail art, so that's my way of kind of skating around doing nail art, because I've tried, and I have those I don't know what it's called, the silicone press, where you put the gel polish on the metal and then you press it and you put that on your fingernail. I've tried that. I'm not good at that either. I don't know how. It's dummy proof, but somehow I always smudge it and it looks like a hot mess. So I have kind of just been cheating and making my nails look super fancy by doing the, let me grab it. It's right here. All my nail stuff is right here because I do them out in the living room. Not the living room, the dining room. My vanity doesn't have enough space for me to do it in there. Well, so here, these things are super, super messy, just so you guys know. If you're interested in the nail stuff, I'm sure Sloan is probably not interested in the nail stuff if he's still here. But this stuff can, when you start to use it, it is a mess. It's like having a loose highlighter or a loose eyeshadow. So this one is the one I've been using, which is more of like the hollow iridescent one. It's the one I used on my last two sets, my pink set and that blue set, which I can't show you the effect without actually having a nail out and ready. And then this one is like the more silver. This one looks kind of chunky. So I haven't actually done a set and used this powder. I've done test swatches with it, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. Let me see if I can find my test swatch. Maybe you guys would like it better than me. So, funny enough, that is the test swatch from the set I had on. This was the set previously. So this is the iridescent one that I've been using. And then this one is this darker silver. And I don't like how that looks. I don't know. It like takes away the color. Like I wouldn't waste the time putting on the color if it was going to look like that. I don't know. We'll see if we can get to that. Hey, Tammy, how are you? And I don't, yeah, I'm not going to, even if by some magical chance I ever like gain more subscribers than what I have now, you can almost bet quite a bit of money on me that I'm not going to change, because I fall into the category of people like Sloan, since he's here, that I don't do this for monetary gain. I do this as a hobby and I enjoy it. And I'm so appreciative of all of the subscribers, viewers, friends, whatever you want to call yourselves. I'm like shocked still to this day. Like even when I get one more subscriber, I'm like, how is this even possible? Like, how do people really care what I have to say, or, you know, enjoy my commentary? My mom, this is kind of funny. My mom watches my videos. I think most people who are on YouTube, their parents watch their videos to some extent. And the reason I started my channel, she knew why. I've gone over this story multiple times on starting my channel, and my mom and my husband kind of pushing me to do it, was to tell my story of what I experienced. So she's watched those videos and she watches some of my other ones. And of course, she has no idea who I'm talking about. But she's like, I didn't realize how good of a speaker you are. And I just think that's funny. I don't handle compliments to myself very well, even if it's from my family. I feel like they're being biased. So I'm like, no, you're just kidding. And she's like, you really should try to like go into something where you could talk to people, which, I mean, I kind of do with my current jobs. Your parents watch yours too. People do see my authenticity. Oh my gosh, you can tell it's early for me. Authenticity. You know what I'm trying to say. But people see yours too, Sloan. Everybody always, anytime you're brought up in anybody's videos and anybody's comment section, it's how genuine and passionate you are, because you are. And it radiates through the people who are on YouTube who are genuine. You can tell they're genuine. Like, you don't second guess what they're saying. You don't try to find if there's any lies. You just know, like you would get the gut feeling that Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast talks about a lot. You get that gut feeling on YouTubers, if they're going to be somebody that you're going to vibe with or not. Some people are cool with knowing the people they watch are fake. I've watched fake people. I watch Rich Lux. Okay, although he's funny, his stuff is all for theatrics and, you know, just to get the views. And he even says that. And I watch his channels because I think he's entertaining. But like, do I think he's the best person ever? I don't know, because he doesn't let us see his real personality. He doesn't. And I think it helps when people are able to make that distinction between YouTubers. That way they're not let down. Like when it comes to people like Tana Mojo, because they try to portray on their social medias that they are who they are showing on camera, when in actuality they aren't. And then whenever they do something super shady or super problematic, they try to cover it up. No, so I don't have super chat yet. My channel is still, I believe, under some kind of review, since I just hit the 1,000 people, and I don't know if you get that when you're monetized or able to be monetized. I don't know if I have the watch time yet. I'm super close if I don't, but I haven't checked it in like a week and a half. I am going to start doing my makeup while we talk though. And usually I do my eyes first, but I just pumped out my foundation. So I'm going to be doing my foundation first today. Hopefully that doesn't, the palette I grabbed today is pretty simple, so I don't think I'll have any fallout. But, oh, Sloan, you don't have to worry about it. I don't anticipate ever, and isn't super chat an option? Like, that sounds kind of weird that I say that, but I think it might be an option. And once I first get it, I'm probably not even going to enable it right away, because I don't know. Like, I donate, you know, I donate to everybody I support by Catch Alive. But I don't know. I'll have to see how I feel about it. I usually don't have a whole lot of people, and what I don't want to have happen is I don't want people to feel pressured, because I know before I was a YouTuber and everything else, and maybe you guys can let me know if you do feel this way. When I would see people donate, I kind of felt pressured. Not recently, but in the past, I kind of felt a little bit pressured. Like, all of these people are sending super chats. Like, should I be sending a super chat to show my support? Because I didn't know how the views and the engagement worked for a YouTuber. And to be honest, a few years ago, some YouTubers were shady about the super chat stuff before it was kind of common knowledge that views and likes and even dislikes and comments are what boosts their channel because of the algorithm. Some people were shady and saying, oh, well, you know, that's kind of half truth. I make more money off of super chats. So people would send them more super chats. And I kind of felt guilty, like, oh, I really like your content. I want to support you. And I would feel kind of guilty into doing that. I know it's gotten better in more recent times since people are aware of how YouTubers actually gain some of their money. With that being said, since Sloan's been here and has kind of been interactive in the chat, I do want to clarify, some people like Sloan and probably like myself, once I am reviewed, aren't going to be able to be monetized because the content that we make is sensitive. They think it's problematic because we use the words neglect and abuse, and Sloan has tried his best to, and it's not just him, but since he's here, and I know a lot of viewers of mine are watching him as well, it makes it easy. He's tried to curb how he talks in his videos, which I understand. Like, YouTube takes time. Like, yeah, it may be a hobby, but it would be nice if, when you're diving as much time as you are into it, you get a little bit of money from it. It wouldn't hurt, especially Sloan, because he pumps out videos like no other. You're lucky if you can get 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week out of me, because my job is super time consuming, and then I have a lot at home. I always feel guilty when someone says they watch all the ads and don't skip them for their favorite YouTubers. I have YouTube. So don't worry about that. If you have YouTube Premium, part of that actually goes to the YouTubers, because I have Premium too. So I don't get ads on my videos. But part of that premium cost, YouTubers who are monetized get a percentage of that. But it's all... and they push that because I think I might be wrong here, and I'm sure there's articles about it somewhere. I just couldn't be bothered to read them because I don't care. I'm not here to make the money, so I'm not going to research all of this stuff. What I know is from watching other people talk about it. But who was it that was talking? It might have been Skeleton. I never know how to say his name. He's a beauty channel. I think in one of his lives recently, he was talking about monetization and stuff, and he talked about YouTube Premium and how YouTube pushes that because the YouTubers get a percentage of it, but also because it's like going straight to YouTube instead of going to these other ad companies, something along those lines. I don't know. I really don't know, and I probably shouldn't talk about it since I don't know what I'm saying. But so, yeah, not everybody who has a large following is monetized at the end of the day. And I don't think it's fair for people like Sloan, especially, who's doing nothing but trying to, bring awareness and, call out some of these family channels and bring awareness to situations like the Sophie situation. He's just reporting what's going on. I don't understand how YouTube views that as being inappropriate or sensitive content, because although some of the terms he uses may be deemed as inappropriate, if people are actually reviewing the content, though, you would understand that it's not He's not using them in a bad way. He's not using them in a way to like affect people in a bad way or give people a bad impression of what that is. If anything, I think most of the videos that use the terminology that YouTube doesn't deem safe are trying to bring awareness and trying to educate people. That shouldn't be something that's shut down. And I don't think it's like the current YouTubers that have caused that to happen. I think it's maybe YouTubers from the past who were talked about, like the Daddy05. I think that's a lot of why YouTube restricts the words like abuse and stuff like that, because of their particular situation where they had so many people saying in the comments and stuff like that this family was being abusive to their kids, because at the end of the day, they were. That's why their children were removed from them. I mean, point blank, period. But they have ruined it for people who are on here, like myself, like Sloan, like the Dad Challenge podcast, like BX Beast Boy, who are really just trying to bring awareness and educate people and like let people know that there are some crappy things going on in the world to keep your eye out for it. It sucks that it ends up affecting people. It's like, oh, I missed a couple. It's 2:30 a.m. Where are you at? You have to be across the world somewhere. That's crazy. Thank you, Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah, definitely go to bed if it's that early for you. I wouldn't expect you to stay up just to watch me do my makeup. It's 12:40 where you're at. Yeah, it's 11. What time is it here? It's 10:40 where I'm at. I'm on Mountain Time. Oh, you're in Australia? Yeah, you're kind of across the world. It's lame how I can teach people about abuse or racism if I can't talk about it. I agree with you, Sloan. And it sucks because you do put in, I'm in Utah. I'm terrible with geography, so I'm not going to try and tell you what side of the US I'm on. I'm in Utah. I'm over by California. It just stinks, especially for, like, I really feel for Sloan because I know he puts in so much work and effort into his videos and he uploads so many. It sucks that he doesn't get, I mean, his viewers give that back. And if any of you are in this chat, like, I'm sure he appreciates you and I appreciate you for doing it. But the only like support he gets monetarily to like better even his equipment at times, that's what a lot of YouTubers do, is going to be through his donations. And I'm not encouraging people ever to donate if you don't have the funds. But if you have the funds and it's a YouTuber you enjoy and you want to show them your appreciation, if they aren't monetized, that's the best way to do it. You know, not everybody, even if they have a job, aren't able to afford the equipment that comes with wanting, like, that you want to have the best quality. I recently got a camera, but I didn't buy that camera flat out. Like, I got on a payment plan for it because it's like $1,000 and I'm not, although I have enough money to survive, I'm not rolling in money. So I'm not going to be able to drop that like some of these other YouTubers are. But I want to have good quality for you guys. And I don't even think it's shown because I don't know how to edit or anything. And I always say, and have been saying for like 3 months now, I am working on it. It's just, I have a lot of dumb stuff that's in the way of it. I hope I can improve my live stream camera one day. Yeah, I don't even know how to live stream properly. Like, I'm doing this from a laptop. I'm not doing it from my nice camera that I just talked about because I don't have everything I need. And that's just part of the process. Like, although I'm not monetized, I'm saving money from my paychecks to be able to upgrade my equipment because I know it will pay off in the long run. I know that's what is going to keep people wanting to come back, is not only my personality and my commentary, but it's also going to be the quality. Like, YouTubers will say, like larger YouTubers, and one in particular is like Smokey Glow, because I've watched her since she got on YouTube. She will tell you, like, you can start with anything, with any kind of equipment. You can start YouTube with any kind of equipment, and if you have a good personality and you can captivate your audience, they're going to stay. I agree with that. Like, I think people will initially subscribe, and obviously that's happened for me. Like, I have gained a little following, but I personally think if I don't ever like continue to improve for you guys, it would get old. And that's just and that might not be how you guys view it, but that's how I think about it. So I want to be able to continue to improve my quality and, what you guys actually see. Because my commentary obviously is, unless I go through some crazy change where I totally change my opinions on everything, that's going to primarily stay the same. Like, my kind of commentary is going to stay the same. What I talk about may change over the years, but in general, it's going to stay the same. I hope that makes sense. I am one of those people who will prime my eyelids with concealer. I don't know if we have anything planned because, like I said, my husband is still asleep. I have no idea when that man's going to wake up. Yeah, one day I can put receipts. I have so many receipts, especially with some of the stuff we've talked about in other lives, which I'm probably not going to talk about for respect out of Sloan and not putting him in a weird situation. But I have so many receipts on all that stuff. I screenshotted almost everything. And I really don't care if I ever get to the point, like, even if I end up to where I can edit, I don't know if I will actually edit in receipts, to be quite honest, because I don't think it does anything. Like, I think people have the impression, and if you do, I'm not trying to offend anybody in here. I think people have the impression like, oh, if they have receipt or if they have the proof. Sorry, my dog's moving around. If you can hear her, I'm sorry. If they have receipts or they have the proof, then it had to have happened the way that commentator is saying, which is not necessarily true. Anybody can misconstrue or can convince people it's being said a certain way based off of inflection, based off of the tone that they're relaying the information to you. You can read a text in about 3 different ways based off of your attitude during the time, your tone during the time, and the inflection you have in your voice. So I don't necessarily think, I mean, we'll see when I get to that point if I do, but I really don't know if I ever will be one of those kind of, because I really want to focus on being a commentary channel. I don't want to end up feeling pressured or feeling like I have to show the receipts or the tea. And I know that's not what you mean. I'm just explaining for future as I grow. Like, I really don't want to end up in that genre. I don't want to start bringing negativity. Like, I know I have contributed to some of it with Karen. I'm not foolish. I understand I have. And honestly, that video that that Josh did kind of gave me a wake-up call that I should probably be a little bit more respectful. Not that I've ever been like downright mean to her, because I haven't, but I feel like I should probably be a little bit, curb myself a little bit before I talk, because I don't want to end up people viewing me like I view her. It's like having a friend that likes one friend, but no one likes that friend, or valid reasons, but they all hang out, so it's not drama. Yeah. I don't